tonight's show. Special guest host Chris Hardwick is here. And from the Nerdist channel Magic Meltdown, Justin Willman drops by the studio to dazzle us with his illusions. Then we head to Texas to get our hands on the wheel of the new 302 Boss Mustang. Buckle up. Plus on Gadgetron, we check out the best Canon camera on the market, the 5D Mark III. Also, we take a look at what Apple revealed during their Worldwide Developers Conference earlier today. And are there foods out there that can increase brain power, libido, and cure hangovers? We'll investigate superfoods in the loop. Survey says you're in for a hell of a ride. Attack starts now.
Welcome to Attack of the Show. Remember me? Me neither. I'm Chris Hardwick.
I remember you.
I cannot pretend that I could ever fill the shoes of Mr. Pereira, but I would like to guest host for a little bit and just we'll work through it. We'll work through it together. But my hat's off to Kevin Pereira, who's one of my favorite people in the world and did an amazing job. So thank you.
But I think you are going to do just a great job.
Okay. Oh, I won't break the show.
I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you live.
What did you get up to this weekend?
This weekend, actually yesterday, I rode in a golf cart during the Gay Pride Parade.
Sweet!
Yay! I was gonna get my nails all painted colors of the rainbow, but I was too lazy. I didn't have time.
Oh.
But I planned on it. So that counts.
What? So you couldn't find a spare 3 minutes to?
I can't paint my fingernails. I paint my own fingernails and they come out looking clumpy. And that's just bad. So you have to make time to get a manicure.
And that's definitely a crowd that from the side's gonna be like, those are some clumpy nails.
Clumpy nails?
Way.
What are you doing with those clumpy nails?
It is time, you guys, to hop on the spinning carousel we call Web Video.
We're going around the net.
So, if you are new to AOTS, why are you party balling me off to the side? If you're new to AOTS, that's good, because there's a lot we don't have to explain to you. But there's also a little tradition here on the show called Women on Wheels.
Look, there are a lot of clips on the web of ladies driving badly, but that does not mean all women are terrible behind the wheel.
But the lady in this video is...
Yes.
To park in a completely empty garage, you guys.
Guys, we need to applaud that lady for being thorough. She drove into the wall, decided she could still do better, and took the door off to make it a better fail video.
Yes.
Well done, lady.
Ladies will go the extra mile to get you great security camera footage.
Yes.
Or the extra 12 feet, and then back another 6 feet, and then into the wall, and then she'll make the gull wing. She was just modding her car.
Yeah,
That's all she was doing. It was a
real
mod.
Bad. Real
but
bad.
you said you did that when we were...
Yes. No. I think we all know this. I backed into my tree when I was in high school, okay? I was like 16. I backed into my tree, and then I had to like go back up, but it like scraped the whole side.
Why is there not footage of that that we can show?
I don't know.
Guys, the Queen Mum just celebrated her Diamond Jubilee, whatever the hell that is.
Do we have to explain what it is?
No one really cares what it is, but if you're as burned out on super coverage of the Royals as we are, then this video from digital genius Syriac, who's amazing, is for you. would still hit that. I gotta be honest, I would still hit it.
course you would.
There was still there was an eye socket unoccupied.
Ew, that is disgusting, Chris. Ew.
Don't judge me. By the way, Indiana Jones told the Queen not to look directly into the Ark of the Covenant.
Blah, blah, blah. Short round joke.
Sweet. Sweet.
And now, Chris, I have a very important question for you.
I will marry you.
Really?
Well, just calm it down a little bit, all right?
Yes,
Let's not get crazy.
and.
Okay. Let's just improv training.
Okay. Yay, I did it. Do you want to know what a CGI Mel Gibson would look like?
Well, only if he's dancing to the smooth Latin dance groove of Gloria Estefan's Turn the Beat Around, yeah.
Chris Hardwick, you are in luck.
I gotta say, that is the most human I've seen Mel Gibson's face in quite a long time.
It is. I can see that Mel Gibson's career rehabilitation is going great.
Yeah, well, admittedly, this is the best non-answering machine work he's done in a really long time. It's awkward because it's awful.
Ever since the internet was born, people have been recutting movie trailers.
But perhaps the best one that we've encountered recently is this delightful new mashup that reimagines the 1993 cross-dressing comedy Mrs. Doubtfire. That was before some of these kids were born! As a dramatic thriller.
I want a divorce.
It is the court's ruling to award sole custody to Mrs. Hillary.
Hello? Hello? I'm calling in regards to the ad I read in the paper.
I actually did date the girl from Mrs. Doubtfire.
I heard! How long ago?
Like 12 years ago.
What's her name?
Matthew Lawrence.
Do you have anything to tell us?
Her name was Lisa. Her name was Lisa. She was awesome. Yeah, we dated like 12 years ago. This, by the way, still not the creepiest movie Robin Williams has ever made.
Oh, are you talking about that serial killer movie he was in?
Yeah, Dead Poet Society.
That wasn't a serial killer movie.
Then what killed all the poets, Candace? What killed all the poets?
I thought I was going to zoom in and go on your face or something.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Somebody... Oh, you zooming?
What?
I thought they were
Am I zooming? Is that some new terminology the kids are using now?
Let's get a zoom.
Hey, you zooming? You guys zooming?
Let's move on.
Okay, we're moving on.
You know, somebody should recut the Medea films so that they're not comedies.
I think Tyler Perry does that when they're released. Up top, come on. Sometimes you just gotta barrel through those. I'm sorry, are you all right?
It's okay, yeah, I just
The
gotta...
Hardwick don't know own strength. Oh, first that radiation and now super strong high fives. You know, we have a special treat to close out ATN today. It's a fail-a-palooza.
On your marks, get set, go! Oh.
By the way, it's still the most exciting bike race I've ever seen. Take that, cycling!
Let's get another look at the rapid response provided by their friends. Honestly, not one person moves except for this.
Well, that guy was holding in the vomit because of the horrific nature of the accident.
Oh, I see.
He couldn't keep it all
now
in.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, bikes aren't the only things that are fail-prone. So are rocking horses.
Please enjoy this fine Russian parenting.
Bouge pas mon cœur, fais pas la fofolle là.
No, you shouldn't feel bad. That's a Black Widow origin story right there, Natasha Romanoff. And guess what? Now they're rushing her to the hospital. What?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Shut up, I'm not done. They're putting her on a gurney right now. And they better not be Stalin or she's going to die.
I like it.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
No, you know, dead kid jokes used to be okay when I worked here. You've changed, Attack of the
We
Show.
have changed.
Used to be cool.
No more dead kid jokes. Let's just wrap up this fail blog with a look at some water sports.
Oh.
I know, it's salty. So you got salty.
Oh, that kind of water sports.
What kind of water sports did you think I was talking about?
Well, Candace, when a man and a lady really care about each other and the man's consumed at least 32 fluid ounces. And that's why she only sees yellow for like a week.
Still ahead, we've got all the latest Apple news from WWDC, including brand new super thin MacBook Pro. Thank you for telling me that story.
Yeah. It's the love. It's love that's burning. Holy crappers, you guys. Apple's annual WWDC press event just happened. I'm so bummed. I used to get to go to those. And we've got all the big expensive news for you. I hope you've been saving up. Here's Matt Myra to fill us in on what went down.
Hey.
Matt, now, I know you from the Nerdist podcast. What are you doing here?
There was this guy who used to work here, and then they got rid of him, and I took over.
Oh, what a jerk that guy was.
He always had stubble.
Oh, I can't help it. Let's start with the new iOS 6, which people have been excited about. Are you excited about iOS 6?
I am genuinely excited about this, and the biggest reason is because of turn-by-turn navigation finally arriving on the iPhone.
So did they, obviously, like one of the big stories that I've been following is that, that Google Maps, a lot of their business was coming from Apple mobile devices. So they've completely replaced Google Maps.
Now, not so much of their business, because Google Maps is gone.
Oh, wow.
And that was a huge deal for me, turn-by-turn directions. I was always stuck, thinking about spending $100 on, a TomTom app or something like that.
Sure.
And now that it's going to be offered in iOS 6, I'm very excited. Siri's being integrated more, so that's going to be a thing. You get to talk to her and hear her not work a lot. Apple's really banking on Siri, but we'll see. We'll see if they can do it. I hate when I ask Siri to play a song and it needs to be connected to the internet to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you don't. It's in there with you.
Or you could just use your thumb and just
Shut up,
okay,
Chris.
All right.
Now is not the time.
You don't have to order everyone around to play your music. I mean, how many Dave
stop
Matthews songs
talking.
do you need to listen to?
928 are on my iPhone.
All right.
Apple's really banking on Siri, but FaceTime is now over the call network.
Oh, rally over the cell.
So I can't say sorry, moms. I wasn't near Wi-Fi.
Let's talk about the new MacBook Pro, which totally flipped people's minds. You were very excited about it.
I was super excited. I have been waiting for a thinner MacBook Pro and a thinner Matt Myra, really. Listen, it's essentially a 15-inch MacBook Air, but with power of the MacBook Pro. So this is very exciting. They shaved a whole pound off of this thing.
Oh, went on the slow carb.
It sure did. It gets a cheat day, though.
Wow.
Very excited about the Retina display
Phil
on
Schiller.
there. 2800 by 1880 resolution.
And when does it ship?
Ships today.
That's fantastic.
Everybody.
Okay, great. So the great WWDC coverage.
Yeah.
There's also a snazzy newfangled camera that takes soul stealing into the future. Let's talk on that for a second.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a professional still camera and video camera? Well, this one is both. This is the Canon 5D Mark III. This new digital SLR snaps 22 megapixel photos and features a full-frame sensor. It also shoots cinema-quality 1080p video at 24 frames per second. This new camera can be yours starting at $3,500.
I gotta be honest, because I'm no good at this hosting thing.
Yeah.
I thought we only had a minute for the entire Gadget Punch thing, but there was still a minute left to talk about. Was there anything else you wanted to get out? I know it's a little bit of
You're a
I
little
know it's a
out
little
of
bit.
practice.
I know it's a little bit of backpedaling, but it looks like you got a lot to say.
The voice,
so.
the voice in your left ear tells you how much time you have left.
Right.
Not how much time you had.
I don't give a crap. I don't work here anymore. I do whatever I want. I do whatever I want. Look, I'll just do that. I don't care.
What is going on? But no, I'm
sorry.
excited about that. Mountain Lion is coming, and that's only going to be $20.
Until they run out of cats to name their operating systems out of.
I want Saber-Tooth Tiger.
Oh my God, I want Saber-Tooth.
Right? That's going to be the best.
Saber-Tooth, yeah.
But anyway, let's seriously talk about this camera.
Okay.
Because that's what Bernardo said.
So this is one of the best high-end digital SLRs of the year. It's the Canon 5D Mark III, which I'm assuming is a pretty sweet camera.
yeah, and it floats in front of you. Oh, now it's not.
You're just holding it there.
Shut up, it's magic. You hear that, Justin Willman? This may look like the same as the 5D Mark II, but there's a lot of subtle changes on here. The body's rounder, making it actually fit better in the hand. Button layout has changed a little bit, but it's for the better, especially the video access. That's a one-quick button. One small thing I loved, though, is the mode wheel at the top is now locked.
Okay.
So you have to press in to actually turn it. So you're not going to switch modes
By accident.
accidentally.
Right.
Sounds like a tiny thing, but that happened a lot with the Mark II.
It's a pain in the butt, actually.
Yeah, it really is. All the same ports are on here as the Mark II. You got a mic input, headphone port, mini USB, compact flash, SD card slot, and last but not least, the screen is superb.
Oh, good.
It really is. It's a 3-inch screen on here, no tilt, but the viewing angles are fantastic. The screen's so good that you kind of, like, when you look at it on a monitor that's not as good, you're like, oh, that camera looked a lot better on it.
Well, I mean, you know what's interesting is that these cameras, like even on professional television-grade shoots, you see people using the 5s or the 7s, and you know, just like putting a Zoom H4n on a boomstick, and like that's their whole production.
Yeah, it's really the democratization of television and movies. So really, they don't need us anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Kids, turn off your TVs. No, I'm kidding.
Kids,
Don't
go
do
make
that.
something.
Yeah. The 5D Mark II totally shook up the digital SLR market, recording cinema quality video that no one had ever seen before. But a lot of people forget that it's actually still just it's a still camera first.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
How's the picture quality?
It is fantastic. It has full frame sensor as opposed to a crop sensor like a Micro Four Thirds that we're seeing.
Oh, there's a camera's vagina.
Bunch of. That's a lot cleaner. The full frame sensor on the camera can bring a lot more
Smells
data
like flowers.
than other sensor. Look at how great Brian looks right there.
Brian Compton, if he just had a little face paint on, automatic alien right there. I totally buy him.
Sarah looks pretty good, I guess, but Brian. And then we have this low light, no house lights on whatsoever, and look at that. That's gorgeous.
That's a pretty great image. Yeah, that's
so
great.
you can get a lot of light in.
You know, if you want to take a
sensor.
picture of your tie in your diary, that's a really great way.
Don't you do that?
No.
I send that to mom and say I'm an adult.
Oh.
I have a tie and a diary. The 5D Mark III has an improved autofocus system, so it's super fast and actually makes it a lot easier for people who are new to SLR photography. Although if you're new, why are you spending $3,500 on a camera?
Some people like to jump all the way in.
Yeah, go for it, guys. YOLO, am I right, kids? Of course, a lot of the picture... Forget it. Lens kit, this comes with a lens that is fantastic. It's a 24-105 L series lens. So you're getting a great focal range. The L series is the top of Canon's line, and that comes with this kit. So
That's actually usually you don't get a lens that package that powerful that comes actually right with the kit.
Great. It's great value.
So we mentioned the video capabilities, which is the reason that a lot of people are going to buy a camera like this or spend that kind of money on it. So how was the video quality?
The video is actually also amazing. As you can see with this video of a bus.
Bus!
Yeah!
Our land
It
whale.
looks like professional video, and I am no cinematographer, but I do love flowers.
You love flowers.
They are so great
And water.
plentiful outside of our studio.
Look at that.
It's very difficult to focus when the iris is opened way wide.
Yeah.
Also, there is no autofocus while recording video.
Okay.
There was a few firmware updates for the Mark II that really improved the video, and I'm just hoping Canon might release something for the Mark
Well,
III.
this kind of thing. I mean, this just changes photography. I mean, like so long you'd buy a camera and it was capable of doing whatever it was capable of doing, and now I'm just explaining firmware updates to people. But I do like seeing it in a camera, like as more of a computer device.
You don't have to ditch your camera every time. You can get software updates on here.
Yeah.
And
So
that's great.
that all aside, because it's a professional DSLR, was it easy to use?
It actually is. There's definitely a learning curve involved if you're going to go into the settings and really learn about the settings. There's a lot of easy modes. There is rather no easy mode. So what you're going to end up with is the complete opposite of what I originally said.
The opposite. There's a lot of easy modes or none of them. None of those
easy
things
modes.
that I said
Zero
before.
easy modes. But there is an auto feature, which is kind of the thing. So if you want to learn about f-stop and stuff like that, there's a lot of settings in here that you can change. That said, the auto mode is very functional, and it's something that can be used by novice or serious shooters. But again, if you're going to spend a few $1,000s on a camera, go to the Learning Annex. I think that still exists. And take a class.
Yeah, then study your camera. Don't just spend $3,500 a camera.
And then learn how to cut your own reel, jerk.
So, oh man, I wish you had an easy mode. The Canon 5D Mark III starts at $3,500, but that is just for the body. The package that you're actually seeing here is the kit that we actually tested, not the package we see. The kit we tested was $4,300 total. So what's the verdict?
$4,300. We're still giving it 5 out of 5. Everybody. Look at all those. Look at all those seals. Pictures are as good as you're going to get in this price range. The video still looks amazing. I like the improvements over the Mark II. $4,300 sounds like a lot of dough, but it's getting a 5 out of 5 because you're getting one of the best still cameras on the market as well as one of the best video cameras on the market. So I think it's worth, if you're looking into getting either a really good still camera or a really good video camera, this does both in one shot.
Well, that's it for Gadgetron. Web Soup is... Oh, wrong copy. Now over to Candace Bailey.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. I like that.
Yeah.
Still ahead, Nerdist magician Justin Willman will be here live with a bit of Hocus Pocus.
Our next guest, rather our first guest, stars in a magical new show produced by a very cool and handsome YouTube network.
Like Leo?
Yeah, sure.
You do?
Yeah.
The movie, the Titanic, it's coming out again in 3D.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Even the poster's in 3D. This is kind of weird, but check it out. If you rub, you can actually feel his nipple. Here, what?
Amazing. How did you do that? How? What did I see?
Keep going. He likes it.
I want to see nipple again.
We're going to put that on your Facebook page.
Oh, really?
Just amazing how much impact Leonardo's nipple has on grown men.
I want to see nipple again.
Justin Willman is here, you guys! Justin Willman.
How are you, boss?
What always made me laugh about that when I saw that video was that you peeled it off right above the first 3 letters of Titanic, which I can't say.
You can't say that?
I can't say that on this channel.
Wow, I never even noticed that.
No, I'm normally afraid to touch or shake your hands when I see you because I feel like it's, you know, it's
Is
like...
it because of the dark forces or...
No, I don't...
Or my money makers?
It's, yeah, I don't want to crush your money, man. It's like walking up to, like, Miss Universe and being like, hi, and then smacking her in the face. Like,
That's exactly.
do you have to protect your hands?
No, I'm way too rough on them. I probably should a little bit better, but they've been through some stuff.
How do you warm up as a magician every day? Like, what are some magician, like, hand exercises that you do?
Well, that's a very personal question.
Well, I want to say
It's a very personal question about my hand warm-ups.
cable television. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you know, deck of cards, shuffles, that kind of thing.
Do you do the quarter thing, or
I
do you
don't
do the finger exercises?
Takes too much time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you think what I love is because we're doing Magic Meltdown on the Nerdist channel, so but what I love about what you do when we first started having these conversations is that I think a lot of people have the Chris Angel perception of magic, or the it's really important, and you're like a regular guy who just does cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's just I think that's just my style naturally. But I feel like there's a disconnect when a magician, you know, has a very holy approach and takes himself very seriously. I feel like people know it's a trick. So when you act like it's not a trick, you kind of create this gap between you and the audience. And I just want to be human.
And yeah,
you know? Chris
Angel, my name is Chris too, and I know it's not spelled the way you're spelling it.
The double S.
When you're out on the street performing, what are some of the... I've seen some outtakes, and people just, like, crap their pants when you do this stuff right in front of them.
They literally do. They
literally do.
And that is not...
And then you make it disappear.
Yes. We did a fun episode where I went and I just got wasted, and we went to a bar, and I did magic throughout the night to see if a magician can still perform when he is intoxicated.
How did it go?
It's pretty great. So, I mean, that's just magic for drunk people, which is great because you're going to end up doing the same trick for the same people, and they don't even remember it. Which is nice.
I like the idea of, like, you on the floor, just, like, on your cell phone in a bathroom stall, just doing magic tricks and crying to your girlfriend.
That's the ending.
I'm sorry we had that fight. I'm so sorry we had that fight.
And then we did another episode where I went to a dominatrix.
Oh,
professional. Yeah, and he paid for it.
I did. I guess I did.
So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
And so on the flip side, she did not care about the magic tricks at all. She was there to do her job.
It's an amazing episode of your
painful.
show because you actually she never allowed you to complete a trick.
Yeah. So we thought, you know, we thought this is a total loss, but we ended up just cutting it together. So it turned out being entertaining watching me get hit in the nads for 3 minutes.
She had a riding crop and she'd be like, "Shut up, smack," and then no trick.
My girlfriend hates that episode.
The first time I met you was when Mike Furman and I were performing in the college circuit. And you were performing in the college circuit as well, but I don't think I ever asked you, like, why did you start doing magic?
Why did I start doing magic? Because I was bad at sports.
Yep.
And you have free time.
Hey, I hear you, sister.
But you know, when you're a socially awkward kid, and I know you know as well.
Yeah.
You gotta find things to make you feel confident. So magic was one of those things that, you know, as a 12-year-old, that was the first thing I was really good at. And it enabled me to kind of have this confident crutch to hide behind in interacting with people. And instead of trying to figure out what to talk about, I could just do a magic trick.
Yeah.
So I think that was the initial love. And then girls kind of thought it was cool.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to impress some girls now? Yeah!
Oh, there's girls. What's up, girls?
Candace Bailey loves magic so much.
She does.
She came up before like a puppy. She was like, "Are you gonna do a trick?" It was like, "Yeah."
So let's. Okay. I emailed you last night, Chris Hardwick, and I said bring some earbuds.
I always keep my earbuds in my back pocket.
Some Apple earbuds. So
There you go.
Have you've read Steve Jobs' book?
I've read the first 1,000 pages of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and I'm gonna know that these are mine by the end because
These are yours.
I recognize my earwax.
Wow. So, in his book, he talks about how everything he would have Apple make was beautiful on the outside and the inside, even things that people would never see. So I wanted to see if that also applied to the Apple earbuds. So what I did is I brought some scissors here.
Why would you do that? Those are like $29.
They're $29.99.
Yeah. That's.
And if you notice, they.
That sucks.
Yeah. You know, it'd be awesome if this wasn't a trick and I'm just being a dick.
Everyone's always gonna. You can get away with so much because everyone's gonna be like, "He'll fix it in the end."
Now watch. I will. Watch the ends. Watch the ends. I'm just gonna rub them here. What? Wait. Earwax test. Earwax test.
These
Check
are
it out.
my waxy earbuds.
Yes.
What sort of?
See? They liked it.
You deceitful son of a bitch. I don't know what you did. Are you some sort of devil spawn or?
I'm a devil spawn. Yes.
What else do you have?
Oh, here. Okay. You were asking about what magicians do or what I do to keep the dexterity up. This is super geeky. So, but magicians will often take a nut and a bolt and see how quickly with one hand you can get the nut off. Try it.
Okay.
Just try it one-handed.
Okay, that's gonna take a while.
Okay, you were just tightening it.
I
Chris.
wasn't. Okay, I don't know. Lefty, righty, tighty, lefty.
So once you get good at the one hand, and some people can do it in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But what you do is here, screw it back on for me, Chris.
Okay.
Okay. Once you get good at doing it with one hand, you can start just to trying to do it with your mind. You ready?
Yeah.
Stop it!
What the? Hold your hand out. Hold your hand out.
Come on. What do you?
Wow.
That's clearly.
What kind of sorcery is this?
I summon you, Lord of Screws. That sounded bad.
That's yours to keep. That is yours to keep.
Justin Willman, it is always a delight. Thank you so much for doing the show.
Thank you for having
on
me.
the Nerd Channel. I am convinced that you are into some sort of dark forces, but I adore you. Magic Meltdown, youtube.com/Nerdist. Check it out. And now Matt Farrell revs up a Mustang. Check it out.
When you're talking about horsepower, one name always comes to mind. That name, John Hennessy. And here at his shop, Hennessy Performance Engineering in Sealy, Texas, they take already fast cars and bring them over the top. Today, I've got the keys to their 700 horsepower Boss Laguna Seca Mustang. It's a good day to be me. It all starts with the Boss 302 Laguna Seca, and with that package, you get the wing, front splitter, and the rear seat delete. And then Hennessy goes to work. Here, he works with the engine. You have an intercooled supercharger running 8 pounds of boost, giving you 700 horsepower. But to get all the way there, you need an upgraded fuel system, better air intake, mass air meter and throttle body, long tube headers, and a really good sounding exhaust. All that means you get big power. In the Ford family of pony cars, if the Shelby GT500 is a sledgehammer, the Boss 302 is like a scalpel. It's not sold as a huge horsepower car. That's not what it's about. It's about being a handling car. This car is designed with one specific goal, to beat a BMW M3 on a racetrack. And in pretty much all tests, it does. Sure, there's still, plastic on the interior. It's not German feeling in terms of materials and build quality, but in terms of driving it and driving it quickly, it is absolutely friggin' brilliant. Now, Hennessy's gone and done what he's always done, which is to say, we need more power. So he added the supercharger. And it's now making 700 horsepower. There's 120. There's 130. The 5-liter engine, it loves boost. It loves more air. It loves more fuel. And it rewards you with a lot more horsepower. The best part about this car is that it doesn't feel like a tuner car. When you're driving around slowly, it's not particularly loud. It doesn't idle funny. It doesn't have any quirks. It feels just like a stock Boss Mustang. But then you mat it, and it's just a lot faster. When I first tested this car, I said, no, they shouldn't supercharge it. Leave it alone. It's an agility car. It wants to dance with you. It doesn't want to eat your face. Turns out, with just 5 minutes behind the wheel of this car, having it eat my face isn't really such a bad thing. There's one thing for sure. Hennessy's horsepower level do not disappoint. This Boss is now not only the king of the pony cars, it's got enough power under the hood to run with much more expensive exotics. I highly recommend picking one up as soon as humanly possible.
Thanks, Matt. Stay tuned. There are special foods that could give you superpowers. Well, maybe not superpowers, but we'll find out what exactly superfoods are in the loop.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Turtle Wax. Keep your car cleaner longer with new Turtle Wax Ice, the smarter way to shine.
All the news you need to know.
It's Monday, June 11th, and here are your top stories. If you're tired of having a TV that only lets you flip through the same old channels, there's a new product on the horizon that changes everything. Introducing the Pocket TV. The tiny Android-powered product was just funded on Kickstarter within only 2 days of its unveiling. It's simply a thumb key-sized device that plugs into a TV's HDMI and instantly gives anyone a fully featured smart TV. Web browsing, apps, games, you name it. It comes with an IR remote or an enhanced QWERTY remote with accelerometer on board. But you can also just use it with an iPhone or another Android-powered device. The price for a smarter TV? Well, if you jump on it now, you can get it for $110 bucks. That's not too shabby. Are you excited for the Spider-Man reboot? Yes, well, you can now get an extensive look behind the scenes before the movie hits theaters, as a boatload of on-set footage was just released on YouTube. The 25 minutes of raw footage includes a peek at how some of the movie's high-flying stunts were accomplished, and a first-hand look at director Mark Webb working with the new Spidey, Andrew Garfield. But if you'd rather avoid potential spoilers and go in clean, that's okay. You can wait for The Amazing Spider-Man to fly into theaters July 3rd. And finally, a couple of French wine lovers recently conducted an experiment to see if wine aged underwater would taste better than wine aged on land. Because the French love wine and blah, 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 stereotypes and whatnot. Anyway, they made 2 identical barrels of wine, storing one traditionally in a wine cellar and placing the other in the Atlantic Ocean. Now, 6 months later, the barrels were opened, and it turns out sea-based wine does indeed taste better. Lab tests confirmed the wine was subtly changed by its oceanic environment through osmosis, which lowered the alcohol content, and raised its sodium levels, creating a complex, salty note that brings out the best of the tannins. What does that mean? What does that even mean? I'm Sarah Underwood, and you have just been fed. Take the floor, Hardwick. Take it. Just
I got
take
the floor. I have.
Got it. There you go.
I think people would rather look at you, but I'll take the floor. Could superfoods change your life? And what the hell are superfoods? Because they sound like beets that are allergic to kryptonite. It is time to get learned in the loop.
Looking to supercharge your life and eat the healthiest foods possible? Why not add some superfoods to your diet? Superfoods refer to a set of edible and nutritious plants that have a dozen or more unique properties. They contain elements of food and medicine, improve overall health, provide essential nourishment, cleanse the body, and so much more. What are some superfoods that you can incorporate into your diet? And what other simple changes can be made to get the most from your meals? Supersize this. It's The Loop.
Joining me to help make sense of it all is the author of Thrive Foods and one of the world's foremost authorities on plant-based nutrition, Brendan Brazier. Welcome, Brendan Brazier. All right. Let's talk about superfoods. Let's break down some superfoods. Tell me anything. Because I know nothing, so any information you give me is automatically a win.
All right, good. Well, superfoods, in my view, I guess there's many different views because there's
No, own it!
Okay. My view is that it's a nutrient-dense food. So it doesn't have to be exotic. It can be as simple as green food, like spinach and kale and stuff.
Sure.
It's nutrient-dense. Lots of nutrition, not a lot of calories. That's basically a superfood.
Okay. So what are the types of superfoods? Like could you name a few? Because you hear there's a lot of trendy kind of foods like goji berries or whatever. Is that a superfood?
It is a superfood, but I don't want people to think that you have to get these exotic, trendy foods to eat superfoods. You can eat, like I say, local stuff that you can grow yourself. That's really basic.
Right.
But yeah, goji berries are one. They are more exotic and they are superfoods. So they have a lot of nutrition, a lot of antioxidants. So especially if you're an athlete, you're breathing more air, obviously, then more oxygen, then you need more antioxidants.
Can you bring up the picture of the goji berries again? Can you bring up the picture of the goji berries again? Those look like old balls.
Yeah?
But they taste good?
Yeah, they taste pretty good. I think blueberries would probably taste the same if they're dried. They're pretty similar to blueberries, but those are just dried because they come from South America. So.
Okay, not to sound dirty, but let's talk about raw chocolate, which has more antioxidants than any other food in the world. Is this true?
Yeah, calorie for calorie, it does, before you add sugar. So that's the thing, is sometimes people take that and they run with it. They think, oh, I can eat lots of chocolate now, but then they have tons of sugar and it kind of, cancels it out. But yeah, raw chocolate does.
Raw chocolate's good?
Yeah.
What is maca? I've heard maca. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a root vegetable. It's kind of like a turnip. It's grown in Peru in nutrient-rich soil, so therefore it has a lot of nutrients because it just pulls the nutrients out of the soil. Really good for rebuilding adrenals. So if you're tired, if you're burned out, if you're not sleeping well, and you're dependent on caffeine and sugar, have some maca. It's going to help reduce cortisol. You'll sleep deeply. You'll wake up, and you won't need coffee and sugar as much. And it's a good thing to have around.
All right, coconut water. I see a lot of trendy jerks with coconut waters in their hands, drinking out of juice boxes like friggin' 4-year-olds. What does coconut? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset the jerks. What is the advantage to coconut water specifically?
Well, I wouldn't get carried away with it because it is high in sugar, natural sugar. But if you're just sitting around doing nothing, I wouldn't say go out and drink a bunch of coconut water. Where it is good is right after a workout because then your body needs the sugar, the carbohydrate, and the electrolytes that come from it are also going to help replenish what you lost.
So is coconut water sort of like an adult version of like Pedialyte or something? Like it just kind of makes you...
Yeah, it's kind of like a natural sport drink is what they're calling it. And sport being the important part. Like I say, if you're just sitting around, I wouldn't drink a lot of it because it is full of sugar.
Is it literally just the fluid that's in a coconut when you crack it open?
Yeah, exactly.
And they just dump it into a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm smart. What are high net gain foods?
So high net gain foods, that's something that I talk about in my first book called Thrive. So choosing to eat foods that take less energy to digest and assimilate, but return more nutrients.
Okay.
So basically it means getting away from the highly processed ones and eating ones that, like I say, you don't have to spend as much energy, because if you spend energy, you no longer have it, like anything else. So you spend it, it's gone. So eat stuff that digests easily and gives you a lot of nutrients back.
I have a question. So if you have to eat out a lot of, and you're eating a lot of processed foods and a lot of crap is getting into your system, like what types of, what's a general overview of like a couple things that people should eat to kind of detoxify and just kind of feel better about themselves?
I would say start with a smoothie. That's the way I started off getting into this whole thing, because you can blend in so many superfoods, so many anything really that you want into a smoothie, and you can make it taste good. You just put it in with fruit, you drink it, and that's a good way to start the transition. Okay, great. And what is your book? Your book is Thrive? Yeah, Thrive Foods is the most recent one, and Vega 1 is something that I formulated as well that has maca in it, and you can make it into a smoothie too. Awesome. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for being here. Thanks to Brendan Brazier for keeping us in the loop. And now let's go over to Candace and Sarah, who I hope are having a pillow fight.
Yeah, we're not. Sorry. Hey, I've got good news though. G4 is bringing you a list of the top 100 video games of all time.
From Mario to Master Chief, Angry Birds to Zelda, celebrities, sports stars, and special guests will rank the all-time best games in 5 one-hour specials.
Whoa.
Does it feel good to be a champion? Yeah.
Boom shakalaka! We're counting down the top 100 video games of all time. Cool.
Mario Brothers is basically like a quest on acid.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with Pitfall Harry.
I love shooters.
Best game of all time is Mario Party.
Skyrim is a way of life.
That's the game we used to play a lot.
Portal is the best game on the planet.
I got really hooked on that game.
The top 100 countdown starts tonight, right after Attack of the Show at 8/7 Central. For more info, go to g4tv.com/top100.
Will your favorite game make the list? I don't know. Is your favorite game Aquaman Battle for Atlantis? Then probably not. Yay!
Still ahead, more Attack of the Show is coming up right after this.
The feed is brought to you by Dodge. Visit your local Dodge dealer today. Are you tired of Temple Run and in need of a new game to keep you busy this summer? Then you need to check out Snabbit. This fast-paced iOS game will test your physical and mental reflexes as you guide the mythical half-rabbit, half-snake through numerous space mazes filled with countless obstacles. The controls are easy to use and the gameplay is extremely addicting. Just tap either side of the screen to change direction and grab all the goodies you can while helping the Snabbit reach its goal. The game comes packed with 90 mazes spread over 3 levels and includes an endless survival mode that lets you compete and share high scores with friends on Facebook. If those modes prove too easy, the game also features a level editor to build your own mazes for the Snabbit to navigate. So ditch those old games and go get Snabbit for only $1.99 in the iTunes App Store.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
James Gunn is here live with his new video game Lollipop Chainsaw. It's about a cheerleader who decapitates people with a chainsaw. Then Mad Men's Rich Summer gets physical with 3 new Dexterity board games in game night. And Chris Gore rates Sherlock Holmes A Game of Shadows and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Here is verdict on DVD Tuesday.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
We did it! We did it!
What a fun show today, Chris.
This was really fun. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I hope I didn't ruin the show today.
Would you mind coming back tomorrow?
Sure. Do you want me to?
I would love you to.
Second date. Yeah, I love it.
We're already getting married.
Yeah, second face over the shirt, under the bra. That didn't make sense.
Thanks to Justin Willman, Matt Farah, Matt Myra, Brendan Fraser, and Sarah Underwood, and special thanks to you, Chris Hardwick.
I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Guys, the top 100 video games of all time starts right now. A bunch of amazing people on it talking about a bunch of amazing games. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'll just stay right here.
You want to just stay right here and host?
Yeah,
we'll start hosting tomorrow's show right now.
Do it.
Welcome to